I'm just kidding. All right. Okay. Wow. This is your first town hall. Well, welcome. Okay, welcome. We have a few things to talk about today. I have a list here that I think, oh my gosh, that was a huge bug. Sorry. I have a list here that I'm going to use pretty loosely because I think the main bucket that I want to talk about is going to cover all the things that I want to talk about. So that's great. We're going to rip through some things, and then we're going to open it up. We're really trying not to talk at you too long. Actually, you can clock me once we get going here. My whole rant, my whole thing was 18 minutes or 17 minutes it took before people told me I wasn't coming through.
Okay.
So that's really all I have to say about everything. So I'll start off I got a slight introduction. There's a lot of names here I don't know. I have been away for a bit this summer, and it's a pleasure to be back. And I'm really excited to meet folks out in the city that I have not had a chance to meet yet. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, folks who have found us, who are here enjoying their RP. It's awesome. This is awesome. We're all here because this is fun, and we like doing this, and it's fun to do. And it's a pleasure to have you, and thank you for coming today. So super stoked. Wanted to start off with that. And then I'm going to slide right into what I want to talk about. So I think that we've been hearing feedback. We've been listening to tickets. We've been really trying to understand where a couple of the pain points are that hold us from being an 80 to 100 population city to, being 35 and, the limitations that come with that. How do we fix that, difference, kind of extreme difference in player count nightly, right? How do we solve for that? That's what we talk about. That's the kind of stuff that we're cooking on over here. So I think a lot of the problems and a lot of the drama that's being built right now that maybe isn't drama that's best for storylines, it's just pure drama, is coming from a lack of variety in the day-to-day RP. And I think that comes from you, the player, not being provided potentially enough opportunities to get into all these other heists, right? We have all these things to offer you guys. And in the 2 weeks I've been back in the city and playing on both sides, I've done the same jobs. We got to solve that, right? We got to talk about that. We're having issues where people are feeling at times that PD is overpowered. We have issues that there are times where PD maybe has their own feelings about the L and the way things went. It's like back and forth between the two because we're doing the same things and fighting the same people over and over again. We're not getting out and doing the other things. So, exciting news. I would say, what is our timeline on this adjustment? 24 hours? Are we looking to have this going in 24 hours?
Yeah, probably.
We're going to call it 24 hours. We will be heavily modifying the way that you get the items for heists. It's already been planned out. That will go live. It will be in the change logs. Look for that. It is going to be more accessible to do jobs that maybe don't pay out any money than it currently is. But you need to get items from it, right? We all need to understand that the goal of doing any of these jobs is, yes, to make money, yes, to get your gang paid, get your group's money, all that, sure, for sure, and to collect items. But really, it's all to try to do Kaio. It's so much fun. The big final mission is so much fun, and you're not getting enough opportunity to even get to there. And there's so much missed RP by the lack of variety that potentially from like a back-end side, from us looking at things in reflection, from you even having the opportunity to get there. So we are making certain jobs more accessible. Your jobs that you need to get things from that you currently have to do several things to get to, because it can be very frustrating and lead to kind of feeling like you're on the verge of crashing out when you've done A, B, C, and D, and then it all falls apart, and then you lose everything, and then maybe your group gets raided, and like you haven't even really made it that far because you had to do all these things in order to get there, and they're hard. The current police force is strong. It's a bunch of people that have kind of been doing this in this system for a while. There's several returning faces. They know how to communicate well. I think at times when people feel that they're OP or that they have things that other people don't have, I've been on both sides. They do communicate well, and there's at times, almost a brotherhood feeling. And it's great for the RP when that happens, honestly. It's like makes really good cop RP when that is happening. But that makes some of these jobs really, really hard. It makes them feel very unfair. And I totally get that. Like I said, I've been on both sides of them. They do feel that way. But when you're constantly doing the same job to just even get yourself going, that's also frustrating. So I get that too. So let's make things more doable. You will now be able to do humane more frequently. You'll be able to do oil rig more frequently. You will be able to do train more frequently. All of these jobs you need to do to collect the things you need for Kaio. That shouldn't be a secret. I'm not here to make that a secret. I'm not going to tell you how to do any more than that, but that should not be a secret. That is how GTRP, that is what you do. You do jobs to get to the final mission, so then you can eventually keep doing that. But now you can get more opportunity to get more of the items that you need because you're going to get more chances to swing, right? We're not even getting a chance to hit a home run because there's no balls coming to hit. Well, now they are. Now we're at the batting ranges and the baseballs are flying. You better be swinging that bat. So there's going to be more opportunities to do a variety of crime, which keeps things more interesting for criminals. It keeps the engagement higher. It keeps the police more engaged because they're now doing things that aren't just the same shootout every night. I never did more shootouts in my life. We can't be doing this many shootouts. I love a shootout. Trust me. I love it. I'm constantly on the radio like, who am I shooting next? That is wrong. I shouldn't be thinking that. We need to be getting out there and RPing and engaging in these missions, and that will provide us so many more unique scenes than just the same kind of stuff that we're getting into regularly, right? 100% an important thing. With this, there will also now be exclusive blueprints in all of these missions so that you are even more incentivized to do that. Blueprints of guns that you have not seen, blueprints of weapons that have been potentially out of reach because they're further along than people actually need to be getting to. There are other items that we have that we're going to make more accessible by making a percent drop chance of a low amount of these exclusive blueprints in every one of these missions. You are guaranteed to get one blueprint that is something that's on a different level and is exclusive to airdrops. It will not be in airdrops. It will not be in other places you're getting blueprints. I think that this is going to really help. I think this is going to solve a lot of our current problems, a lot of our current negative feelings that we're having as players on both sides. And I'm really excited to try this out. I think it's something that's great to bring to the community, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy having the ability to have more variety in your scenes and your group to say, hey, gang, what do we want to do tonight? Well, we don't need to do 20 million grinds to just go try to do this thing. Because here's the other thing that I totally get as a player. How frustrating is it? You go out, you do all this shit, you grind to get this item to do this one hard thing. Let's say it took you a shitload of work to go to do a train. Now your group's doing a train for the first time. Let's be 100. We're probably losing. You're probably losing your first harder mission. So why not get more shots at them? That's my thought. And we're doing this. So this new design is going to go live. The details will be explained in the change log, and it's super dope. Okay, that's super hype. I think it's going to fix a lot of things. I think it's going to keep us engaged. I think it's going to help keep us at that higher player count and push people around the map and get more interactions and really be so positive and so fun for the community. And kind of touch on a lot of the different things that are happening. Anything you want to chime in on this change, Mr. Lincoln?
I think it's pretty obvious that people come here into the city, and in the first 2 weeks, they have a blast because you're not really doing anything. You're just figuring things out, right? Once you start getting into it, you realize how hard the game is. And there is part of it to where some of it shouldn't be hard. There's enough cool custom stuff out there to where you should just be able to go do it. Like, it's fun. That's the whole point of a video game. How do I get to do the fun stuff? Okay, I don't know where he went. Anyways, a lot of the issues, a lot of the drama, a lot of the ridiculousness is because people are doing the same things over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Right? It can't be the same thing. Correct. You're missing so much RP by just doing one activity. We're fixing that. All activities basically will be available. You could do 3 humanes a day if you wanted to. Like, we're talking that much of a shift. Because then the cop interaction will be better. Then the strategic brain that you have will actually, Rick James, I hate you. The strategic brain will actually get you together with a group that you're supposed to strategize against a situation and figure it out. That's the whole point of this game. That's the whole point of RP, in my opinion, is you need to feel stressed out in a situation in order to feel like you've accomplished something. I think that's why I love RP. When I'm stressed out in a situation and I have no idea the way it's going to go, that is what RP is. That is why it's fun. So we're trying to create way more variation in those situations instead of what we've kind of had, which has been a very, very difficult heist campaign. Yes, there's 69 people in the audience, Simone. It is what it is. Correct. It's the adrenaline rush. We have been missing that, I think, which is why within 2 to 4 weeks, the drama starts, is because the adrenaline rush of the initial coolness of some of the difference we have lower tier wears off. It's not cool anymore. So we need that variety to get pushed. Are you muted again?
No, I'm not muted. I'm
okay.
here
All right,
cooking.
jeez.
I'm letting you eat, dog. Go, do you, baby.
I've eaten. I'm done.
Come on now.
I'm not sure how far you wanted to go in this note list.
Not that far. It's not necessarily a problem with making drugs more lucrative is that people spam it. I do want to assess drugs. It's on my list. Don't get me wrong. I want to look at it. I also want to say that the police don't really camp that. I could see how that could look at that. You just get told where to go, and you're there sometimes very quick. Sometimes you're not. Sometimes police get there and you're long gone. Sometimes we beat you there and you're there doing it. So I just want to be clear to anybody that thinks PD's camping drug sales, like that is just not happening. It's just not even how it works. I don't know why. It's just not a thing that's happening. So SOPs can change. Yeah, I don't. If there was a reason, for sure. We're down to be sold. I'm always down to be sold. If somebody has a different thought on something, open up a ticket and let's chat about it. Yeah, sure. Things could absolutely change. No doubt about it. Seabass, I can't tell if that's like a massive troll account. There's like 700 cars in the city. I don't know how bringing more cars in would attract more people to fly in, but I love that. I love that.
I think the EMS rejoin thing is different. It's different. It's you. That's an adjustable thing. I think one thing that we wanted to talk about is that we are different. This is a different city. Like, your expectation of your past 5M cities, stop thinking about those, because this is not that. We are trying to push the boundary of what RP needs to be. Right? So, like, I'm sorry that EMS can revive people. You can do the same thing. You can do the same thing as a criminal. There is a grandma. There's a grandma's house. Pay for the information if you need it. It is what it is. It's out there. People know where it is. People have found it. It's out there. Go looking.
Yeah, the grocery store is lit.
It's a different situation because it creates longer scenes. Long scenes in RP are so fire. If you haven't been in a hospital shootout, you have missed the entire reason on why this city is different. It's unbelievable, right? Sure, Mountain is very hard. It's not meant to be easy. You can kidnap an EMS. Kidnap an EMS. Bring them into the Mountain heist. Make them revive you.
You could do that.
You could literally do that. It's not against the rules. I would not have an issue
with that. It's not against the rules. Yeah, Mountain is just, again, though, Mountain is just like one specific job, and then people like get in their fields. That's such a bad thing. That's just one job because you're all just only doing Mountain right now, which is why we're reworking the heist so you can do more heists. You shouldn't be, nobody should ever really be frustrated about how any of these go. You're just stuck. You're stuck doing the same thing every time, so you get burnt out in like the way that this goes because you're just fighting each other all the time.
Yeah, I mean, what are you looking for more
bored.
Gang versus gang? I don't understand the gang versus game type thing. That is on you to RP that out. How are the cops supposed to help with that?
Yeah, try other things, just don't be shitty, that's really the rule, right? I mean, we're down for people to push the envelope a little bit.
We literally have 10 cops on almost every night. Go hack somebody's compound, start some beef.
I think the other thing to think about too is where we're going with these big changes with the way that you're going to get items. There's going to be more crime happening because there's more accessibility, right? So right now, only one group can do a mountain at a time. I've been to multiple mountains in one night as a cop. You're all just doing mountain, and like we're changing that. So sick. So any issues with that heist and mentalities around rezzing and things, it's about to change. Because when you are a group of 8 going against 4 cops because there's 12 cops on and 3 groups of 4 cops are all at different high-level crime, the difficulty is going to absolutely change for the police. So to some degree, the feelings that we may have that are based currently on everybody doing mountain all the time and there being issues with that or issues in an airdrop, that's about to change in 24 hours. So something to keep in mind and be open-minded about is that it is going to change, and the feeling that you have of people rezzing or this and that isn't unfair is going to be so different in 24 hours, potentially in tomorrow night's session of RP after the reset. So I would say give that a chance, before, making any further comments specifically to those heists, because they're changing. It's going to be very different.
Yeah, then take a territory and beef with someone. Like, you guys are not thinking outside the box. If you want if you want a place to sell drugs and only you can sell drugs there, then hold it. Why do you need a big red block that says this is this compound or this is this territory to do that? Correct, Danny. There are multiple reasons why we had to stop that, and I think you should know that on why we had to stop that. We want to see gang beef, literally, as cops.
Slacks, I'm going to deny this now. We're going to have a time that everybody can speak. We're not going to get having people up in the weeds here. We've transitioned here quickly into answering questions in chat, which we'll allow for a little bit longer, but we don't want to just get in the weeds on individual situations that have happened. We're not here for that. I'm definitely not here for that. We're trying to get you guys excited on some additional things that are going on and how we're working to improve your experience. So let's not get lost on our own personal individual vendettas or issues that we've had with how things have gone before. And let's maybe get focused on what we're doing to progress and change the experience to better it for y'all who are the player.
Yeah, this is being recorded. We'll post it after.
Well, what else would there be to hear but heists and stuff for PD? That's the main part of the game. So we work a huge rework of that, drives a different culture of the way things are interacted with. Because you're able to have more RP scenes and do different things.
Yeah, I mean, we've put so many things in place so people stop breaking the rules. Kate, Slacks, you're about to get banned if you keep talking about this. We're literally trying to engage with the community. So if you would like to make a ticket and maybe complain about it there, we can handle it. Yeah, this is being recorded. We'll post it after. The next things we had OOC bans. Dude, like we're not gonna stop doing that. Stop talking OOC and it won't be a conversation. This is serious RP. So figure out how to be serious and don't talk about your life, your Liberty life, and you'll have fun here. It is what it is. If you can learn how to RP, and if you need to learn how to RP, we will teach you. We absolutely have tons of videos we can send you to actually learn how to RP if you're that new. But if you're talking OOC and you claim that you're a serious RPer, it's not the same. So all the tickets we get, why did I get a 24-hour ban for talking OOC? You guys know what you're saying. You should know what you're saying. So we're not going to stop doing that. Crow, shut up. Okay, next things. Mullet.
That's everything on my list. I'm just looking through the chat. We get the average player count up, we will reopen a player-owned VU in time, 100%. We used to have one. We just need it takes more people actively playing every day for it to be maintainable, or they will have no way to pay for that business.
Yeah, I think
But yes.
everybody has the idea of I want to own a business. Nobody understands the work that goes into actually owning a business.
And they just end up not being opened,
So
or people
then
use
they're
it
not
just as a
open.
gang hangout. So when we get there, we will have it. We will not have engine swaps. We've talked about it before. I mean, all the engines are so specifically picked for every vehicle individually by the engine that's in it. It slightly defeats the purpose of letting you, the player, put any engine you want in any car to do that much work, you know, to make them cool. So there is no plan to do engine swaps.
Yeah, evidence runs, we're not going to stop using the Bearcat. We use one armored vehicle. So too many armored vehicles is an insane thing to say. Use C4. Use anything possible. You could literally end up for $1 million from an evidence run. So yeah, it's going to be hard. That is
there are not
They're not what?
Go ahead. I didn't know you weren't done. I didn't know you weren't done.
Yeah, if you're going to end up with $1 million from an evidence run that we try to do nightly, it's going to be hard. Like, there are certain things that are just going to be hard. Have a little bit of strategy. We literally have done it enough times to where you know where the building where we burn stuff is. You know exactly where it is. So, I don't really... We're going to do a couple things maybe to change it to... give you a little bit more opportunity, change some locations, things like that. But it is going to be hard.
A couple things I wanted to touch on that were missed. There's not more garages because it's part of the immersion of the design of the city is to have your car parked publicly out on the streets. In a public parking garage or a public parking space, or in your home or at the apartments. It's an immersion decision in the game design to further immersion. So if you had more garages, then people wouldn't use the garage parking. It wouldn't be part of the story. It wouldn't be part of the city's default kind of built-in RP environment. if there were more accessible garages. So that's why there's not more garages. Roxy, currently, there's not really a place for more businesses. There will be in time as the city continues to grow. I would recommend to you, if you really like that RP, I would maybe get into a food truck. We can help get a livery, and this goes to anybody. Do the thing you want to do with a food truck. We don't need a physical MLO to pop up somewhere. You could do the same spot every day. You could go to a new spot and for hours have your business RP that you were looking for, move money through it, do whatever you want on the move. We will eventually have businesses open and available down the road. But part of our design too is the grocery store, and people love the grocery store is sweet. So you can't have all the things, right? We're doing something different. You make your own food. You've got the recipe books. You've got the grocery store. That's its own thing. But that doesn't stop anybody from getting into the food truck business and still having that business ownership role play.
Yeah, the things about vehicles is actually insane because we've been doing this for 5 years, and this is literally the culmination of 5 years of vehicle additions. If you can show me a vehicle we don't have, please, I will welcome it. As long as it's not freaking ridiculous, or it has spinners on a freaking Mansory Ferrari. That's stupid. That's not going to happen here. So I'm not real sure what vehicles you're actually looking for. There's so many freaking vehicles. Sure, the stock we control because there has to be rarity. We've already been through the process of keeping everything in stock at all times, and then the city went absolutely nuts, as in there was so much money it didn't matter because nobody was actually selling their vehicle on the actual side or from marketplace or whatever. So the rarity has to be there, which is why we limit stock. Yeah, that's on them to not buy them. We're not going to lose the RP of selling your vehicle online. So we will never change that ever again because it's been proven, especially the people that were here before the initial wipe. You have already seen what happens when we stock every vehicle. So I'm sorry, that is a giant no. It'll never change. Yeah, I mean, you guys are complaining about absolutely nonsensical things. Just deal with it on RP. If you are so mad about your vehicle being impounded, sue the police department. Literally. That is an insane complaint. The PD, if they're bored, are gonna write parking tickets and they're gonna impound your vehicle. It is what it is. Correct. We are in an RP server, and you guys are like wanting solves for things that are just partially annoyance, and you need to annoy your character being annoyed in RP. You need to RP that. It's not a ticket worthy. It's not anything like that. You need to learn consequence RP. We as a city are failing in consequence RP because people just get mad and then they stop flying in, or like your character's mad, not you. If you as a gamer are mad, you need to stop playing this game. Because your character should be mad, not you yourself. It's not real life, correct? It's fun. RP is fun.
We're 49 minutes in. We will now open the floor for a few things that people want to bring into this, real things that they want to talk about in front of the community. If at any time we feel that it's inappropriate or out of line, we will just go ahead and remove you. But let's not do that. And then we'll get everybody out of here and we'll get back into the city. But any additional questions or things people want to have a chat with or hear our opinion on, and they're open to having a back and forth, we'd love to do that at this time. I think we've said everything we really wanted to announce to you guys, these big changes to the heist system. I think that it's going to bring more change to the things that you're frustrated with than you realize. And we'll just let that, we will see what that happens when it happens. And I'm excited for it, and I just want y'all to be excited for it. But that's up to y'all. So anybody that wants to throw a hand up, we'll get you in, and we can chat about some things. We'd love to have that. Somebody did ask about housing. It is currently being worked on.
Yeah, for any of you complaining that there's too many cars, it's not really a car thing. It's actually an MLO thing, which is why housing is taking so long. If I don't do it right, and I've gone through multiple tests, right, and every single test, the amount of complaints we get in general chat that the city is dropping frames at every single instance, that's because of housing. So until I get it right, housing cannot be available. I'm doing my best over here, but some MLOs just do not fit together. Even if they look fine and work fine, it's a frames thing, right? It is important we push the absolute boundaries of the server. Like way more than any other city. So it has to be absolutely perfect or it's not going to work. So I apologize it's taking so long. There are things that I think needed to be corrected and needed to be added before that. Housing is coming, I promise. It's not just put a house in, bro, and anybody that thinks that has no idea. Billy Wick. Come on down.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, what's going on, son?
Yes.
So the only question I have is how do you guys feel about the drugs in city? Because, I mean, me personally, I feel like we should be able to sell more than one bag to a local at a time. Me personally, that's just where I'm coming from, but I want to hear your thoughts on that.
I guess why, based upon the current drug system, because
Go ahead.
you're just sitting there, you're selling to an NPC, right?
Yeah.
Most people are not going to buy more than one bag. So like, are you looking to mass sell? Are you looking to avoid cutting something and then mass selling it for a bigger profit? Like, what are we looking for?
It's more of like, because before you guys dropped the prices on meth, I was actually making a lot of money just selling to actual people instead of NPCs, and I've really lost that RP because no one buys meth no more. And now I'm the one having to go out and go and sell it, and it's just like kind of made me sad. I ain't gonna lie, it made me sad because I would always have people at least once a day. Someone would hit me up for meth or something, and I'd be able to serve them. But now I'm losing money now. Going getting the material or not getting materials. Going and doing the cooking, crafting, and all that shit. I'm losing money because no one's buying my drugs. And then and then when you do sell them to NPCs, it doesn't sell for shit. So I really want to know where your guys' headspace with the drugs is because I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
not used to it, I guess.
the reason we killed drugs is because a guy made $1.5 million in 1 week, straight from drugs, and that's we're not going to be a drug city. Like, it's not. This city is built on heists.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
It's not saying that drugs can't be looked at. Like Mullet said, we can look at drugs again for sure. I don't think that the one bag thing is going to change.
Okay.
But we can definitely look and relook at pricing.
Okay.
Because it was out of hand. It
No,
absolutely
yeah,
was
no,
out of hand.
2,000, 3,000 a bag. Yeah, I can agree. That was pretty crazy. but it just feels like it's all dead and now. And I ask a lot of people in city, and no one does drugs no more, and it's just dead. But like me, I don't come into cities for like heists and shit like that. I come in for the drugs. So I don't know. That's just it. That's just me though.
Yeah,
I
I
come in
mean,
for the drug RP.
being a cop, we probably got 60 to 70 drug calls yesterday. So the fact that people aren't
Ooh,
selling drugs
okay.
is not correct. People
Oh,
are selling
okay.
drugs. A lot of
Then
things
I
that,
guess no one's just buying off me then. I guess.
yeah, I mean, we get drug calls all the time. I also think that people aren't realizing that there's neighborhoods, and each neighborhood you
James, I don't want to hear
sell,
it.
there's neighborhoods, and each drug prices are different in each neighborhood. So if you assume that Grove Street is a drug area to sell, and it is, that's going to be the cheapest thing you're going to sell there. You got to find the neighborhood that actually buys higher end drugs for higher prices.
That makes more sense. Okay. Okay, I see. Well, that's all I had. I just wanted to see I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on it.
Gucci, baby.
Hell yeah. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Who is next? Where'd the
Sorry,
speaker thing
they're
go?
there.
Oh, there
They're
you
in.
go.
Yo,
What's going on?
all right. I'm adding to Billy's convo with the drug thing. I was thinking, I've been in cities before where there are like missions that have to do with drugs, where it's like you are moving a large amount to an NPC player, but it alerts the cops. And also, if a player sees you doing it, they can try and stop you and take like. So there is like a difficulty aspect of it, but then it pays a bit more than hand selling bags, if that makes sense.
Sure, I could see that.
I could see something like that.
We could definitely build something like that.
Okay.
That makes more
Yeah.
sense to where there has to
Yep.
be some type of consequence there. You
Mhm.
can't just
Yep.
like
And you're
hand out money. That's a good idea.
Yeah, you're
I like that.
moving a large amount at a time, so the consequence is that you
I like that.
moved such a large amount that you have to make sure you're vigilant while moving it, and if you get caught, then that's on you.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that.
Yeah,
I'm
let
in.
me, let me write this down.
Lit idea.
Awesome. That's all I had.
Yeah, appreciate
Say
you.
less. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, we'll take a few more here as we get closer to 9 o'clock. If anybody else wants to throw their hand up, now's your time. The hands are not flying, so we won't wait forever to let folks in.
Hey,
Hello.
How you doing? I want to piggyback on the drug idea because I just come up with an idea in my head that
I'll
sounds
hear it.
good.
Okay.
Okay. So, what if we had a controlled supply of drugs, right? Okay, so hear me out. There's a cartel seller. Okay, let's say he moves every week or something, right? He sells drugs and then a limited supply, uh, and limited amount that one person could buy or like one group could buy. I don't know if you'll actually track like if there's an organization system,
Mhm.
but something like that. And then, but there's also a Crim v. Crim heist that only Crims get a notification about once it's initiated, about stealing a shipment from the cartel. And in this heist, if they succeed and everything, they would get a shit ton of drugs. But the negative maybe for like, I don't know, 2 weeks or something, they can't buy. So they just have what they got from that, but they also have a small chance to actually get the shit to make the drugs. So that then they like, for 2 weeks are the only gang that can really produce it. So then it's always that boosts, that Crim v. Crim that some people were complaining about. But also it also allows, kind of a build a hierarchy for it. Like, maybe there's someone that's constantly doing it. So maybe two groups are like, hey, these guys are always coming in with 10 guys. Maybe we should take our two groups of 5 and counter these guys and try to take it over. We'll split the profits and stuff like that. I don't know.
One,
Sounds
aren't you
like
a
cool
cop?
idea.
Are you not a cop?
I am.
All right,
I am.
CID. You might want to investigate this guy.
Hey,
I
I'm
like
after
what you're
hearing about the
trying.
evidence
I like
bag.
what you're trying to think about. I would tell you my initial thought is anytime you incorporate week-long cooldowns, you're in the weeds a little bit. it's like very hard to manage that, and like coding that amount of time for a specific group to not be able to do something or whatever around that ideology is definitely, that's a thick one. But I hear some of the ideas you have, and I think they can be incorporated into what could be made for moving these larger sales through some type of an NPC system. So I think that there's some ideas there that could actually be worked into that. So I definitely hear that.
Yeah, I thought the idea would also be if you have more controlled supply, then it would also boost that player to player selling over selling it to some NPC who's not going to pay you much. Especially if like the drug actually, if you take it, gives a boost. I don't know. I don't do drugs in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll have to take some out of the locker and try it. Yeah, that's all I got.
That's great. We love a good cop that wants to do drugs.
I'm swapping out the evidence bag next time for a regular trash bag.
Okay. Get out of here. Good idea.
Okay, we'll do two more. Last chance, two more people. If your hand is not raised in the next 2 minutes, we'll move on and close it up. Paul Smith, there you go. One more slot after Paul Smith.
Hey, how we doing today? We doing good, fine and dandy?
Doing good, Paul Smith. What's Gucci in the
Hey,
coochie?
it's good to see you back, Doc.
Good to be back.
So I love what you guys are doing. I'm excited for these new changes. I will say that, these bigger heists have been harder.
For sure.
But I'm looking forward to these new heists. First, last, whatever. Oh, so I talk. All right. Anyways, you guys are doing great. Day at 135 of asking for the Ford Focus. That's all.
Hey, no problem. Let me know that is heard and being assessed. Maybe you should learn how to make your own cars, and then you can make the ultimate Ford Focus that has all the right mods and actually works when you import it.
Could I do that?
You could.
You
Yeah,
could.
YouTube
It's free.
could teach you how to do that. All of that is not. You could learn how to do that.
Well, I'll have to hit one of you guys up to help me with that, all right?
Nope, you have to do it on your own, Paul Smith.
Oh, shit. I'll just look up a YouTube video.
There's honestly still not very good Ford Focuses. There's like 2 good files that I've ever found, and they suck.
Yeah.
That's why you never got one. I think I might have seen one once and then said to myself, oh, we should put this in. And then I didn't.
That's okay. I should drive a Prius.
We don't have a Prius. We could get one. We could get one of those.
I don't want a Prius.
All right.
All right.
All right, Paul Smith. Thank you.
Take it easy, guys.
Jackson Rains, your last up. 2025 Toyota Tacoma. Send me the file. I'll put it in. Haven't found a good one yet.
How's it going, guys?
Yo.
How you doing there, Jackson Rains?
Mine's more of a statement than a question.
We'll allow that.
Yeah, I've been with these two guys here for a few years, and if it's one thing I've learned, just trust their process. They're not gonna let you guys down. I mean, shoot. Look at all the people just sitting here. I mean, that should be more than enough to prove it. That's all I got, guys.
Appreciate you, Mr. Rains.
Appreciate it, Mr. Rains.
Rains always lets me down. Okay, Jacob.
Jacob, you let yourself down also. So, okay, thank you for everybody that chimed in. I don't want to keep folks more than an hour. We really wanted to let you know what we were talking about. It is like a Twitch chat. We don't fuck around. And we want to get you guys back in the game. Any other questions? Anything that makes you curious, or that you'd like to go into further and didn't feel comfortable doing it in a large group setting? Please shoot us a ticket. Open a ticket. Say, hey, I want to talk about this, or this. We'll make the time. We can even jump on a call privately. We're here for you. Don't forget that we're here for you. We do not get paid to do this. We're trying to make a cool thing for all of you to have fun. Just don't ever lose sight of that. Every decision we make is to try to make the experience better for you. It's not to piss you off on purpose. We're not petty. We're not interested in that. We're trying to make a great game and have a lot of people have a lot of fun. So that's my piece. We love you all. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. Thank you for being a part of Town Hall number 4. We're going to try to get back in the swing of things with Town Halls. Let's all have a fun Sunday night and always continue to remember to have great RP and be Gucci.
Be
Stay
Gucci.
Gucci, everybody.